Okay, in the last lesson, we learned what is a perimeter. Okay, so a perimeter is actually a boundary. For example, I have a house here, and this boundary here is the perimeter. Okay, so what is an area? Okay, so an area, okay, is actually the amount, or if you want to put it another way, is actually, let's say the blue part is the perimeter, right? The area is actually the amount of stuff inside that perimeter. Okay, so it's like, for example, I have a house here. Okay, it's actually the amount of grass. Okay, inside the what do you call it? The perimeter. So even the grass under the house, okay, even the grass under the house is considered the area. Okay, so the area is the amount of stuff. So I can write it here. So sorry. Okay, so the area, all right, the area equals to the amount of stuff inside. Okay, the perimeter. Okay, so the area is just simply the let's say for the area of this square is actually uh, the filling, okay, of the square, and the area of the rectangle is the filling. Okay, so you can shape the whole thing. Okay, so it includes here, okay, up to the end. So the amount of filling within the shape. Okay, so it's the amount of stuff within the shape. Okay, so let's try an example. Okay, so for example, I have a rectangle. Okay, my rectangle isn't that straight and nice, but I think you get the point. Okay, you still can get the point. Okay, so this is the length, right? And this is the breadth. Okay, breadth, I mentioned that the last time that is spelled B-R-E-A-D, so which is bread, and with TH, okay, the loaf of bread. Okay, so bread plus TH, bread. Okay, so length multiplied by the breadth. Hey, sorry. I mean, the area is actually the amount of stuff inside the rectangle. Okay, so how do we find out? Okay, so I actually gave it away uh, a while ago, but anyway, that area is equal to the amount of stuff. Okay, so how do you find out the amount of stuff? Okay, it's actually the length times the breadth. Okay, so multiplied by the breadth. Okay, so why is it the length multiplied by the breadth? Why? Okay, so for example, okay, I have a length of, let's say, maybe 6 centimeters. Okay, and I have a breadth of, let's say, 4 centimeters. Okay, so what am I doing? Okay, how do I find the amount of stuff? Why does length multiplied by the breadth gives me the area? Okay, why? Okay, let's say I have a length of 6 centimeters. Okay, so I try to match as closely as possible. So let's say I have a length of 6 centimeters. Okay, so this is the length of 6 centimeters. Okay, so if I take one 6 centimeter and I add another 6 centimeter, okay, I try to make it as close as possible, okay, and I put it so closely together and I pack another 6 centimeter by another 6 centimeter by another 6 centimeter, and I pack it such a way that I have so many 6 centimeters, right, of stuff, okay. I just add so many layers of stuff till I get, okay, I just gonna try my best to add it in. Okay, it's not very accurate, but I think you get the point. Okay, so I add so much of stuff. Okay, okay, so how much of stuff do I add, you ask? Okay, I add till I have 4 centimeters of stuff. I think you know where I'm getting at. Okay, so I add the so many lengths, okay, 4 cm worth of lengths, okay, 4 cm thick of length. So um, that is why that is how I get my area, right? So the area, which is actually length multiplied by the breadth, which gives 6 multiplied by 4 is 24 centimeters, square centimeters. Okay, so just to take note that for area, okay, is no longer in just like 24 cm. Okay, for area, you always remember that the unit is actually a square centimeter. Okay, it's not pronounced as cm square, okay, or centimeter square. It's actually square centimeter. Okay, so it's 24 square centimeters.